tips for selling on eBay, Amazon and Etsy, and an interview with Margaret from Texas Gal Treasures. Hi guys, it's Sam Day here from DeyTips.com, and in this video I have something really exciting in store for you. I actually recorded an interview with Margaret from Texas Gal Treasures, and she shares her tips for helping you sell on Amazon, eBay and on Etsy. So let's get straight into the interview. Hi Margaret, how are you doing?
Great, how are you? Thanks for having me.
I'm super. I'm excited for, to learn from you and what you've been doing over the last few years. Selling online. Could you tell us a little bit about yourself and what it is that you do in terms of like e-commerce and selling on different platforms?
Yeah, absolutely. I used to be an elementary school teacher, and a few years back, I guess it's been almost 4 years now, I started staying home when my eldest son started school. So at that point I realized, I'm not very good at just sitting around. Not that stay-at-home moms sit around, but I needed to be busy. I needed to feel like I was making a contribution. So I started selling online. I started selling on Etsy, and then from there expanded out to eBay, Amazon FBA. Now I make shirts for merch and just a little bit of everything. Videos on YouTube. Yeah.
Awesome.
Did I answer all the questions?
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to throw another question in there, which is, it's interesting that you mentioned you was, well, at the moment, you obviously have a family life as well as the business life. So how do you balance, what you do online as well as, maintaining the family life as well?
Yeah, that's tough. I do struggle with that because I don't fold laundry.
Yeah.
You can just ask my husband. But he's laughing in the middle. But I try to work on the e-commerce end of my life. When the kids are at school, or at bedtime after the kids have gone to bed, I'll try to squeeze in a few more listings or shoot another video or something like that.
What were the obstacles that you came across when you were first starting on eBay, on Amazon? Like, was it difficult for you to get sales at first?
Honestly, my main problems when I first started was shipping. Figuring out shipping was tough for me. Because you think you know how much it's going to cost to ship something. And me, coming from a teaching background, I had no idea the different boxes and what is first class and what is priority. I had no idea. So just trying to navigate all of that was tough. And this was when I first started. I wasn't watching any YouTube videos. I didn't even know there was a community out there. It was just sort of like trying doggy paddling in the water, trying to figure it out. So I had a lot of missteps when I first started with that, for sure. And then, just from there, like learning how to take better pictures. And around that time is when I started Googling, like, how do you take, or I'd see these shops that had amazing pictures, like, how did they do that,
Yeah.
So
it was kind of a continual learning thing.
Yeah, and it still is. I mean, I just, a girl I know, Carly, who has a channel called The Poetry of Nice, she just showed me an even better way to edit some photos. It's like, okay, that's easier. I like it.
Yeah. So what advice would you give to someone who is perhaps starting to sell on eBay, maybe on Amazon as well, and they're getting a little bit discouraged because they're not really seeing the sales that they were hoping that they would see?
Well, for one, I'm really big into the Facebook groups because there's a lot of really helpful groups out there that you can go and ask, like, hey, take a look at my listing. What am I doing? Is it my pictures? Is it my title? Am I not getting my keywords in there? So that's one thing that I think would be a major, just getting somebody else's eyes on what you're doing is a major help, I think.
Yeah. Well, what I do on online is wholesaling. So I'd find a product that I feel like is doing well and I'll buy it in bulk and then sell those individual products online, whether it's Amazon or eBay. But I know you do a lot of thrifting, which I've never actually really heard about before, watching channels like yours. And yeah, I've never really done it myself before. I mean, I've sold old products that I have at home and some family and friends' products, but I've never actually gone out and thrifted the way that you do. So can you explain a little bit about what thrifting is and how you got into it really?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So when I first started, one of the reasons I started selling actually was my husband. I was with the kids all the time, and it was a Saturday morning, and he's like, why don't you get out, go to a coffee shop or go get some garage sales. I wasn't even into garage sales at the time. So I went around and was looking at garage sales, and I just started seeing things like, I don't want this, but I bet somebody else would, and it's a quarter.
Yeah.
So I just started picking things up there. And honestly, I didn't even start going to thrift stores for a number of months, because I would find so much at garage sales. But honestly, when I did start hitting thrift stores, now I have like a hoarder. I have like my stock room is just full of unlisted merchandise because I don't know, it's like a treasure hunt. But you're based in the UK, is that right?
Yes. Yeah.
So you guys have like boot fairs instead of garage sales, right?
Yes.
And charity shops and things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I know there's a number of UK resellers that do that too, go to boot fairs and auctions and charity shops. Yeah.
Yeah. I watch a lot of Nick Hill as well. Hopefully I'll get him on the channel soon as well.
Yeah.
And because I really want to learn more about it, because I've just always done wholesale. That I would like to learn more about, thrifting and possibly doing it and seeing how it really works for me, really. I mean, sorry, you was gonna say?
Oh no, I'm just agreeing with you.
Yeah.
But he's a great guy. Yeah, he's an awesome guy.
So do you actually, because it's not just I know that there's a business side to thrifting, but also there's a lot of thrifting, say like enthusiasts somewhat. So I know Nick was on recently, he was on a TV show in the UK for it, and there's so many other TV shows I've seen in the UK about it. So is it more than just the business aspect of it? Is it like the excitement of finding antiques and finding different kind of products and maybe thrifting with a friend and stuff? So is it more for you, is it more than just the business but also the excitement element as well?
Oh yeah, for sure. It was, just like, it's like a treasure hunt, and recently I did, I don't know if you watch Jason T. Smith. He's another guy that sells online, and we did a thrift haul throwdown, but that we had like a list. We were on the hunt, like trying to find the best Halloween item or the freakiest clown, and that just threw a whole nother element into it, just like a whole scavenger hunt looking for treasures,
Yeah.
So absolutely. And I find some really amazing things. I find gold. I recently found a diamond ring at a garage sale for 75 cents. So it's like a treasure hunt every time. That's the hook. When you get something good like that, then you're hooked for life, I think.
Yeah. So what advice would you give sorry, I know I gave you a few questions in advance, but these are a few questions I'm just thinking of now. But what advice would you give to someone who is thinking of starting to do thrifting?
Good question. Well, I think definitely start with what you know, and go from there, because there's, infinite things out there. Well, I'm sure it's finite, but there's tons of stuff that you may not make money on, or you may make money on. So I think start with what you know and then build gradually. I know when I first started really going to thrift stores, I started watching all these videos and was like, ooh, Steve Rakin is buying jackets. I'm going to go buy jackets. And then I learned I don't like selling jackets.
Yeah.
So, just it's not a lot. As long as you're not spending a lot of money up front, outright, it's okay. I will frequently pick up something that I don't know about just for the experiment of it. So.
Well, would you say as well to buy stuff that you would personally use as well, just in case it doesn't sell that well online? Is that something that you do? Or
yeah, and I've heard people mention that as well. Like if you're thinking of starting out in clothes or doing clothes, buy it in your size, and then if it, try to sell it. If it doesn't sell, then you've got a jacket or whatever. Yeah. So.
Cool. So I wanted to speak a little bit also about Etsy, because I know that's something that you do as well, and not a lot of people, well, not as many people, I should say, have gone from selling on eBay to transitioning to selling on Etsy. So I wanted to know, firstly, what brought Etsy to your attention, and why did you start using it as a platform to sell some of your products?
Well, because when this was before, I was still teaching, and I'm not very crafty, which I've learned, but I made some things, like, I'm going to see if I can sell it on Etsy, because that's where people sell stuff they make, right? So I tried that, and I maybe sold one thing, and it just kind of fizzled out. But then I noticed that there were people selling vintage items. So, wait, am I answering the question? I feel like I'm going around in circles. Tell me if I'm not.
No, I'm enjoying it. It's good information here. So.
Oh, okay. So yeah, at that point, well, sad part of my story is my grandmother passed away. But she, was a very big collector, and so we had a lot of stuff. After the fact, they're like, "Oh, you don't want to throw this nice stuff into a garage sale. I don't want to just go donate it." So I said, "Well, let me try selling some of it on Etsy." And so that's how I started breaking into Etsy, going around in that direction.
Okay.
To answer the question.
And what have you seen in terms of like the difference between what's the major differences between selling on eBay and selling on Etsy?
Yeah, I mean, there's a bit of a difference. I feel like the customers are willing to pay more. Every now and then I'll get an email asking me to come down on the price on something. But for the most part, the customers are, I don't know why this is, because it's just people, right? I don't know if it's just the way the platform is set up, because people are people everywhere, right? But for whatever reason, on Etsy, they seem nicer, they seem more friendly. I get more messages after the fact, sharing photographs of like, look at what I did with the thing I bought from your store. It's more, I don't know, it feels cozier than eBay. It's just commodities. Give me my stuff and give it to me now, But I love eBay too. So, but anyway, also on Etsy, I like selling on Etsy a lot because the fees are super low. I mean, it's like 3%, 3.25%. I mean, it's so low compared to eBay. So when something sells on Etsy, you get a bigger chunk of your money. I really like that.
Yeah. So do you, what advice would you give to someone who is maybe they have an eBay store, maybe they have they're selling on Etsy as well, but they want to start promoting that store more, say maybe on social media or maybe doing paid advertisements? Do you have any experience in terms of doing that? And what advice would you give to someone who wants to get their shop out there more?
Yeah, let's see. Well, when I first started on Etsy, within their platform, they have they're sort of like forums. They're called teams, and I would join a lot of the teams, and they have games sort of where you play, like pin my item or, come follow my store, favorite my store. And the more people you get following or favoriting your store, the more exposure you get. So that's something I did when I first started. I don't do it quite as much, but I do more in Facebook groups now where we have Pinterest parties where it's like, today I think our group is purple, put something up that you have in your shop that's purple, and everybody will come and pin it, and it gets it more exposure. So wait, now, as far as paid goes, there is a way to do paid promotions through Etsy. I mean, if you look at an Etsy page, frequently at the top or midway down, you'll see listings and it'll say ad on it. So those are people that have paid extra to have their items pop up. And I've done that in the past, but I didn't see a lot of sales from it. I mean, maybe it was just the items that I was trying to promote. But I pin my items on Pinterest. I'll make Pinterest boards for different things.
Yeah, awesome. I'm going to ask you as well, because I speak a lot about marketing on my YouTube channel. And I feel like YouTube is an amazing platform to market and advertise either a product or a service that you have, and like building a community around whatever product or service that you're trying to promote. So in terms of your experience building a community, which you've done so successfully so far on YouTube, what advice would you give to someone, say, because I've seen someone actually who has an eBay and an Etsy store, and it's in a particular niche, and they've started a YouTube channel and built a community around that niche, and they're able to sell more products because their community, it actually goes to their store and is able to purchase. So what advice would you give to someone who is thinking of using YouTube as a way to perhaps market their eBay or Etsy store and building a community there?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think there's a lot that you can do. I mean, I know my stores, I sell a lot of broad different things, but I do frequently create tutorial type videos, like, oh, here's this glass bowl, it's Cambridge glass, let me make a video. But let's say all I did was glass, or all I did was hat pin holders, or then maybe I can make a video talking about this is a particular hat pin holder and here's the features of it, and here's the marks. And so you can make a different video for everything. And believe me, there's somebody who collects everything out there, you know. So if you're, you know, dog collars is your thing, then you can have a whole channel talking about the features of different dog collars and point people to your stores. I mean, I do haul videos, and frequently people will see something, I haven't even gotten it listed yet on Etsy or eBay. They'll watch my video and say, oh my gosh, I collect tarot cards. Please, can I buy them from you directly instead of, and I do. Yeah, absolutely. Here's my PayPal.
Awesome. So, I mean, going back to eBay for a little bit, for people who are starting out on eBay, or people who maybe they've already have a bit of success on eBay, you know, maybe they're selling a few things each month on eBay, what, say, top 5 tips would you give to someone selling on eBay to really help them to either boost their sales or to, you know, get better rankings when people are searching for eBay for a particular product? What tips would you give to eBay sellers?
Okay, so 5, that's a lot. Okay, so first, the title, making sure you're writing a good title with lots of good keywords in it. Trying not to be repetitive. It's different on Etsy, but on eBay, you know, you wouldn't want to repeat keywords. Filling up, taking good pictures, and having more than one picture of your item. From what I've learned recently is I think if you fill up all 12, that it ranks you higher. This is what I've heard. Putting as much information into your listing as you can, you know, so people are not questioning, like, well, I was just researching something today, for example, and I found one that was similar, but the person didn't take a picture of the back of the item, and I'm just trying to figure out, is this exactly like mine or not? I can't see the back of it. You know, make sure that's still on pictures though, oh goodness. And I would say, you know, worldwide shipping. I'm going back and forth about the global shipping program right now, so making sure you're shipping worldwide. And oh boy, that's only 3. Where's it for?
Or as much as you can.
Yeah, so I mean, I think just giving the buyer as much information as you can. I personally like the best offer feature because I price my items high. I do, because someone will pay it, and if they don't, they can send me a best offer, and then we can negotiate. So I mean, that's something that I like too. Some people, they get annoyed with lowball offers. I mean, I had this happen. Someone, what was it, a pair of glasses or something, that I had it for $35. Somebody sent me a $5 offer. I countered back with $30, and they accepted it. So, like, you know, people are going to see if they can get it for $5, of course. Yeah,
and one thing I do as well, I'm not sure if you do a similar thing, but sometimes I have a product that would not sell, and I'm like certain it was going to sell, and I leave it up there for, say, 30 days or something, and it doesn't sell, and then I relist it, and I just change 1 or 2 things about the listing. So it might be the price, or it might be the title of it. Especially when you have quite a lot of listings on eBay, it's difficult to keep up with every single one. But when you notice that 1 or 2 is kind of falling to the wayside, is that something similar that you do as well? Like when one product doesn't sell too well, you might change it from a buy it now to an auction style listing, and just play around with it to see what changes will help it to sell better.
I've done that on a few things, only recently, because a friend of mine did some auctions and did well. So I thought, okay, I'm going to go take a look at my items that have watchers, just the ones that have watchers, and flip them over to an auction. I never do 99-cent auctions. I set it for the lowest price I'm willing to take. And 2 of them sold, so that was good. So not a lot of them sold. Then I just put them back on. And I do good till canceled, but I've, again, also gone back and forth about maybe I should, because it's such a pain to go through everything after 30 days. For me, because I have like almost 800 or 700, I don't know what I'm at now, listings. That's a lot. So
yeah.
So
to the final question is, if you could give yourself some advice, so if you could go back in time and see the younger you when you was first starting out on Etsy or eBay or just selling online in general, what things would you have done differently, or what things would you have told yourself to do differently when starting out? What things would you have avoided, or what things would you have done to make sure that you're doing even better on those platforms than you are today?
One, I would say for sure getting into a community, whether it's YouTube, Facebook, wherever, get into a community where you are comfortable to ask questions, and nobody's going to belittle you for asking questions, or, just being is one. Two, start off organized. Because once you've got a whole bunch of junk in your bare room, trying to get it organized after the fact is tough. So I'm struggling with that now. I get organized and then it just falls apart. So
yeah, thank you so much for all of your time that you've invested today. I appreciate it so much. Your YouTube channel is amazing. Could you tell us a little bit about where we can find you on YouTube and wherever else you are as well?
Sure, absolutely. I'm Texas Gal Treasures on YouTube. I have a website, which is also texasgaltreasures.com. I'm on Facebook, Texas Gal Treasures, and I have a Facebook group called the International League of Thrifters, where we have challenges and just talk shop.
A huge thank you to Margaret from Texas Gal Treasures, who took the time out of her day to sit with us and give us some amazing nuggets that we can take away and start implementing into our eBay, Amazon and Etsy business. Hopefully you found this interview really helpful, and if you did, please leave a comment in the comment section and let me know what you found most helpful. Also, make sure you go and subscribe to Margaret. I will leave her links in the description down below. But if you like this video, please click the like button down below and make sure you share this video with a friend. If you have any additional questions or comments, then leave them for me in the comment section. But until next time, make sure you watch some of my other great videos, subscribe to this channel for more awesome business related content. Have a great day, and I will see you soon.